I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Get up off of that thing and dance to you feel better. Get up off of that thing and dance to you. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and dance to you feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and shake till say it now. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better.
Got John Todd wide open. Number 4 not going to be brought down. John Todd's going to walk it into the end zone. And this
good God. So good. Everybody ready? Follow me. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and shake till you sing it now. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing and twist till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and shake till you sing it now. Get up off of that thing and shake till you feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure.
All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that little video there, and we apologize for any camera errors tonight. We're breaking in some new producers. Our most veteran producer is in Sacramento, making our state better. That's what we do here at Valhalla. We create leaders and kids who make things better. Right now you're watching live, and I'm going to be quiet here in a second. Tonight is senior night, so we'll allow you to sit back and watch these seniors meet their parents and get the honors they deserve.
After high school, he hopes to go to college or become a teacher. More than anything, he likes to hang with friends. And something that no one knows about him, he's related to President John Adams. Our second senior tonight is Lorenzo Lucas. Lorenzo is here with his parents Robert and Erica Lucas and his sister Alana. Lorenzo has played 1 year on varsity, 2 years on basketball, and he has received the Youth Tribune Academic Award. He also plays varsity football and volleyball. After high school, he hopes to attend SDSU, obtain a degree in computer science, and also play a little college football. He likes listening to music, eating, and playing any sport he can. Something that no one knows about him, he's been playing sports since he was 5 years old. Our third senior this evening is James Martin. James is here with his parents Sandra and Bill Martin. He's played 3 years of basketball. This is his first year on varsity. He's also a baseball player where he has received the Dedication and Sportsmanship Award. After Valhalla, James hopes to attend a top university, major in engineering, and play some college baseball. His hobbies include sleeping, listening to music, and eating carne asada fries. Something you don't know about James, he once made 38 consecutive free throws at the YMCA. Our fourth senior this evening was Cody Ledoux. Cody is here with his parents Alana and Navy Ledoux. This is Cody's second year on varsity. He's played basketball all 4 years in Valhalla. Cody's also a varsity water polo player where he received the Most Improved Player Award. After high school, he had plans to attend NYU, and his desire, of course, is to meet Rita Money. His hobbies include the World Series of Poker and long walks on the beach, which get better with Rihanna. Something no one knows about Cody, he will be participating in the 2016 World Series of Poker. Our next senior is Andrew Lazoya. Andrew is here with his parents, Aaron and Gina Lozoya, and his grandpa, Victor. Andrew's been on basketball all 4 years, last 3 on varsity. He was the offensive player of the year for basketball, and he also plays football. Next year, he's planning on attending Queen Mary College and hoping to grow a real beard. His hobbies include Modern Warfare 3 and watching The Walking Dead. Something no one knows about Andrew, he has a secret crush on Katy Perry, but it's no longer a secret crush. Our next senior, of course, is Kevin Mills. Kevin's here with his parents, family, and police. Kevin's been playing 4 years of basketball, every one of those years on varsity. He was the 2011 Defensive Player of the Year in basketball. He also plays football and track. Next year he's going to college to get his education and hopefully play in a chess competition. He also likes long walks on the beach. And something no one knows about him, in 6th grade he beat Spencer Hammer in a mile race. Our final senior this evening is Spencer Hammer. Spencer is here with his parents, Tammy and LB Hammer. This is Spencer's 4th year on varsity basketball. He made All-State in football and All-League in basketball. He also plays volleyball on the side. After high school, he'll be heading to Harvard-Webb University to earn his degree and play college football. He also plans on becoming a much better bowler. His hobby includes anything competitive. And a lot of people don't know that in 6th grade, he beat 7 miles in the mile race. Congratulations to all our seniors and thanks to all their parents.
Once again, for those of you, hopefully that audio picked up at some level. Just refresh your memory. The seniors tonight, Kevin Mills, Spencer Havard, Andrew Lozoya, James Martin, Lorenzo Lucas, and Cody Gladue. A great group of kids. Some of them part of the 43 seniors on the football team. Have enjoyed a lot of winning their times here at Valhalla. Hopefully it doesn't change tonight. Right now we'll get those starting lineups for Grossmont. That's JT Barnes right here, number 12. Anthony Lawrence, number 14. And it looks like tough to see, number 42, Tom Rutherford. And Bilal Rahim there, another starter for Grossmont. And there is Austin Swisher. Frank Frugiano, the stalwart there at Grossmont, been there for quite a few years. Has enjoyed a lot of success over at Grossmont in his time there. We'll have to make some camera adjustments, so please bear with us if it's a little bit of a rough shot. We're right behind the student section, and we have a drum line out there. I bet you've never seen a drum line at a basketball game. And there's Cody Gladue getting the start tonight. His final start as a senior here in the Thunderdome. There's James Martin getting his start tonight as well. Nice job for the seniors getting all the starts tonight. There's Andrew Lozoya, a regular starter, but also a senior starter tonight. And Spencer Havard, who's ending quite a storied career here in athletics between football and basketball for Valhalla. And then there's Kevin Mills, 4 years on the varsity squad here. Excellent athlete in football, basketball, and track. Closing a pretty good chapter of an era, really, of Valhalla sports with Kevin Mills. And so we're getting ready to play some basketball, and we'll navigate having the student section there in front of us as we do from time to time. The Thunderdome is rocking tonight, and we'll see how long those students stand. We assume they'll stand the whole game because it'll be going well.
Well, shades of Steel Canyon, John.
We'll go to great lengths to bring you quality basketball here on Orange Nation TV. Coach Thomas is joining me tonight. My name is John Owens. We are perched atop the Thunderdome Last week we were being rained on this time, so I will take standing over the rain, and I'm not kidding, it was leaking in here. One of the most exciting moments of my life.
John, you act like you're the Wicked Witch of the East.
Well, I might be. Tom Rutherford giving up a little bit of a height advantage over Cody Gladue, and now the Foothillers start with the first possession in the half-court set. Trying to get it inside to Bilal. Not to be. James Martin gets the steal, and here comes the Norseman trying to spoil a Foothiller season that's been very successful. That three-pointer is off, and here comes the Foothillers. Austin Swisher with the ball. J.T. Barnes back over to the quarterback, Anthony Lawrence, who had a great year this year as a junior, running that offense on the football team, very successful football team. And number 34, Bilal Rahim, gets things started. That's the first score of the night.
Yeah, Coach Fazio has a basic motion offense going with 2 post guys, 2 wing guys. He's going to try to take advantage of their size down low.
Last time these two teams met, just a couple of weeks ago, Valhalla was able to hang with them for quite some time. Nice, tough turnaround shot there. I don't know how high a percentage, but tough athletic shot nonetheless. But Valhalla could not close it out. I think ended up losing by double digits. Right there, seeing some good defense there by Valhalla. Getting that pass out to Lozoya. It's got a tough one to put up, and Rutherford, Tom Rutherford's going to draw the first foul of the night for him.
It's going to be a heck of a battle for our kids to overcome that height disadvantage that they have down low.
Rutherford is listed at 6'7". He's only a freshman. Hard to believe that kid was in middle school last year.
I'd have loved to coach that team.
Absolutely. It would have felt like a genius every day coaching a kid with that skill and size. Andrew Lozoya gets the Norseman on the board for the first time tonight. 2-1. It's all knotted up now. The senior scoring a pair of free throws. And they're going to need a lot of scoring out of Lozoya tonight if they're going to have a chance.
Yeah, we're going to have to hit a good share of three-pointers that we normally take. And we've been a little cold lately, so hopefully we can hit them and keep these guys back.
Drive to the basket, goes for naught, scramble for the ball. Tough basket there by number 22, Austin Swisher. You can see the pace right now of this game. James Martin, nice grab. Doesn't get a lot of minutes. Almost had a nice senior night bucket right there. Couldn't quite get it done.
And I think Grossmont's going to be content to play slow and big.
Good defense on the backside. Lozoya not giving any easy entry to the basket there. Obviously tough, tall guy to have to guard, but still he got between him and the ball, and that's all you have to do sometimes.
And you're going to see that if we're fronting the post, the weak side post is going to come up to the elbow, and they're going to try a high-low.
Tough shot by Switcher out the corner. That's no good. Hall is going to get that ball back. Right now, both teams leaving their starters in. Valhalla has a couple seniors that have not started much this year, and they're playing well early. 4-2, Foothillers on top. 5:40 left to go, first quarter. We got a jam-packed Thunderdome. Grossmont brought all their fans, as you knew they would. They want to leave here with a league title. Valhalla's fans want to make sure they go home with maybe a tear in their eye. Swisher with the acrobatic shot. Bilal is going to draw a foul there. Bilal Rahim.
Yeah, I think they missed the first foul, then called the second one because it didn't look like Bilal got hit, but it looked like Swisher got clobbered.
Yeah, and Bilal Rahim more than happy to shoot these free throws. We're going to get a couple. Subs in here. Kazar and Gazelle looking to come in. That foul was on Cody Gladue, his first. He's going to go take a seat. So is James Martin, two seniors making their start in this final night in the Thunderdome.
We're going to need everybody to be aggressive on the rebound tonight with the size disadvantage.
David Gazelle earning his keep right off the bat with the rebound. Jordan Kazar trying to get something done, the junior, and tough drive to the basket. He gets it to fall, and every week we've said something nice about him because he just keeps getting better.
Yes, he does. Last week probably wasn't his best game, although he did pour in 10 or 12 points. He wasn't as effective as he was earlier the other 2 games.
No good from 3. They did a nice job on Rutherford inside. There's 2-3 Norsemen ready for him. David Gazelle for 3. No good. He's going to fight for his own ball, and he can't get it. JT Barnes successfully getting that ball. Shot from the corner. Lawrence, no good.
And that's what we need to do. You see Kevin in there battling for the rebound. We need our guards crashing in and helping out. Nice job, Kevin.
And that foul's on Tom Rutherford. That's going to be his second foul right off the bat. So, if you were a little worried about what the 6'7" guy could do, we're not going to find out for a few minutes because he's going to have to go take a seat and take a break.
And that's a good start if you're a Valhalla fan. Biggest guy on the court, 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Sean Charles comes in for Grossmont. Looking to make his mark for Rutherford. Jordan Kazar, a little easier matchup height-wise for him. Andrew Lazoya from three-point line. Andrew Lazoya, the senior, knocking that one through the cylinder. Valhalla takes a lead of 7-5, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this first quarter of action. Nice, tough catch and score by Bilal Rahim.
We're going to have to double that. We can't go for the steal, and you just got to keep yourself between him and the basket.
Kevin Mills keeping his balance, tough to do. Jordan Kazar from the corner, from the elbow, knocks that one down.
And we're off to an encouraging start. Shots are falling early for us. Let's hope that continues throughout the game.
Swisher swishes his way to the basket, and he's going to get a 3-point advantage, and the Grossmont Foothiller fans love that.
And one thing we're seeing out there tonight, John, that we haven't seen is 3 officials, which they've started this year off with 3 officials per game, and they've gone away from it, and I think they're bringing them back so they get used to working together for the playoffs.
So he does get that one to go. Spencer Havard is the guilty party on the foul. Swisher trying to get the 3-point play. 9-9, 3:31, first quarter of action. No good there. Tough rebound inside. Charles pulls that one down. Swisher for 3. That would have been a pretty horrendous bunch of events had that fallen down. Andrew Lazoya, 3 the other way, no good. Bilal Rahim, the early star there, and he's going to actually see what the call is here. They are going to call that on Jordan Kazar.
Yeah, I think they got Jordan he had both hands in the middle of his back. When that kid gets the ball that low, we've got to have a wing double down and help out because he's just going to try to bowl you over.
Number 5, Jake Harrod and Thomas Lohr. Number 3 comes in for the Foothillers, getting some fresh blood in there for them.
Jordan's got to get low and set his center of balance and force him out. But see, there's that high-low. They're going to go to him. He's going to look down low.
That's could not find its mark. Jordan Kazar, all too happy to get that rebound. Here comes Kevin Mills, leading the Norsemen on the other end of things.
And if we can leave him with that sort of shot, it's going to bode well for us.
Spencer Havard putting the team on his back and going to the rack. He gets that one to fall. 2-point advantage now for the Norsemen.
Nice job by Kevin staying low on that.
A nice job on the official catching that travel. Swisher almost, I thought, was going to get away with that. He's pretty quick and making that move. Andrew Lazoya, jump shot, no good. 2:15 left to go, first quarter. Just as exciting as we thought it could be here. It'd be nice if we had somebody over at that Steel Canyon game. Nice job, Bilal Rahim, wowing us early with some nice plays around the rim.
He's going to be a load.
Like I said, it'd be nice to know how that Helix Steel Canyon game is unfolding early. Kick out to Gazelle for 3. just a little short on that shot. Pull up for three, no good. Charles, nice rebound, really picking up this from Rutherford sitting, and Charles has been very active on the board so far.
And the refs are letting a lot of things go by.
Bilal Rahim again. I'm running out of room on my stat sheet for Bilal Rahim. He's got 9 points in this first quarter. Spencer Havard. All we're looking for is an indication. That shot will, I believe, count, but this is normally officials love to give that big emphatic, there it is, but you know what I'm talking about,
yes,
Coach Thomas.
Yes, I do. They get into it just as much as the players do.
Exactly. A lot of them just emphatically like to throw that arm down when it counts, but there was a delay there. We're happy to get the call, but Austin Swisher picks up his first, but I was waiting for it. Kind of a wasted opportunity from the official, in my opinion. Get that crowd all pumped up. I would be the worst official known to man. First of all, I'm slow, easily distracted. Havard knocks that one down, and I like theatrics as well, so I would have probably...
you should be a baseball umpire.
Yeah,
then.
kind of like Naked Gun, the first one. That was probably dated myself right there. But anyway, good moving nonetheless. Swisher, nice move to the basket. Kevin Mills gets the rare aerial jump ball. He ties it up. Good call by the official there. No bailout. That's a good jump ball call.
Yeah, I think Swisher thought he had Kevin with that left hand trying to protect the ball, but Kevin got way up.
Showing his athleticism. Under a minute left to play. 14-13, Norseman enjoying a slim 1-point lead as we close out this first quarter of action. Senior night, Grossmont Hills. Grossmont High School looking to get a league title if they can somehow get a win here in the Thunderdome. George Curry looking to drive. David Gazelle getting all kinds of pressure. Just not going to get that call that far away from the basket, it appears, so far earlier this evening.
He should have got that call. That was pretty blatant.
Charles with almost another great rebound. And there's going to be a foul. Jacob Hammett got hit pretty good there by number 5. Jake Harrod, his first foul. 14th foul of the night for Grossmont. 28.6 seconds left to go. First quarter. Right now we have Tyler Roy on camera. He's got it off the tripod. He's doing a heck of a job of a steady shot. It's hard to hold a camera and do live action basketball without the aid of a tripod. So if you know Tyler Roy, send him a message. He's doing a pretty impressive job right now. Shot clock off, 12 seconds left to go. First quarter, Spencer Havard struggles a little bit there. George Curry picks up the slack. George Curry to the basket. And Mr. Sean Charles, picks up that foul. 6.5 seconds left to go. First quarter, George Curry is going to shoot a pair.
Once George split by his defender, he just thrust himself into the defensive guy, forcing the officials to make that call.
That's a tough one to miss any free throws. Game like tonight, don't want to state the obvious, but every scoring opportunity is a big one when you're the significant underdog. Under 3 seconds, Swisher throws it up. No good. 14-13, first quarter of action. Grossmont trails by 1 here in the Thunderdome. Coach Thomas, early first impressions of this game.
Well, stating the obvious again, is Bilal is just killing us down low. We are going to have to double him. But on the opposite end of the court, he's guarding David. And if David stands in the corner, that's an easy guard. If we can get David to move around, he's going to get wide open shots. There's no way Bilal can stay with him.
Bilal with 9 points in the first quarter. And obviously he's going to be somebody to reckon with for the remainder of this game, but you don't want anybody else to get hot either.
You know, it's the classic matchup, size versus speed. If you play a slow-moving game, size is going to win. But if you move, then he's going to have trouble on the defensive end.
Spencer Havard has 5 points in this first quarter. Andrew Lazoya joins him with 5 as well. Jordan Kazar with 4. And then the only other scorer other than Bilal Rahim in the first quarter was Austin Swisher, who has 4 points. So, good tough battle here. I'll tell you what, before this season started or league started, East County Sports said this was anybody's game, this league, or anybody's league, really. And they were 182 billion% right. If that's even, you're a math teacher, you should correct me on that.
That sounds about the right percentage.
Bilal Rahim just trying to use a little bit of strength against Jordan Kazar and couldn't quite get it done. Nice job. Nice well played there by Jordan, not taking the bait. I thought we were going to see a quick foul right off the bat, but, stayed in there, played him tough.
All right, now Bilal's guarding Cody, which is a little more his speed. But Cody's going to be a tough guard because Cody doesn't like to stand in one spot.
George Fakuri driving, trying to draw another foul. Can't quite do it. Cody Gladue did a nice job getting up there. Jacob Hammett, tough rebound by the sophomore. 10 seconds, 8 seconds on that play clock. Jordan Kazar, tell you what, tough move there with the left hand. We're going to see what kind of foul we got here. Unfortunately, I think this is going to go against Valhalla.
Man, that's what we've got to do. Guys going after every rebound. As long as you can get a hand on it and get the effort, good things are going to happen for you.
Jordan Kazar picks up his second foul of the evening. Fourth team foul for Valhalla. 7:25, second quarter. 1 point lead by Valhalla. So it looks like they're denying a little bit here. What do you do when you're trying to deny? Why would you deny somebody in the full court like that?
That's why.
Spencer Havard with the steal just can't quite cash it in.
How's that for your answer?
Hey, you know what? I coached for a number of years. I knew the answer. I was just trying to maybe add a little something special to our broadcast tonight.
You know, I think he saw what the girls did, which is they keep bringing a big guy up to handle the ball, and that's the last thing you want.
Swisher working against Jacob Hammett, the sophomore, playing a lot of great quality minutes this year. And we're going to get Kevin Mills with kind of a ticky-tack foul over there. Obviously, I wasn't standing there. I was just reading Keith Jackson's face.
Yeah, Kevin picked the right time to go in and double it. The guy had his back turned and was spinning right to him. Unfortunately, he just ran into him too much.
Coach Jackson looking sharp in his suit and a tie along with his assistant coaches. Tonight's senior night, going out with a style and substance. All looking good with their ties. I wish I could get a nice tie like that.
I think you got a nice tie on, don't you?
Swisher, nice move to the basket. Almost felt a little like Brent Musburger there, complimented our coaches. 14-15. Grossmont takes the lead, 6:40, first half.
And now you see that Bilal is guarding George, but George is standing in the corner making him easy to guard.
That's a little beyond the NBA stripe, but Spencer Havard says, I'll take that three. He lets the crowd know that that was a three-pointer. I don't think anybody would ever doubt whether that was a three-pointer. I think he shot that somewhere near Hamul.
You know, he shot that from where you're supposed to spike the ball in volleyball on the lines on the court.
There's an errant pass picked up by Fakuri. Here comes the Norseman, Kevin Mills. Bilal Rahim on that rebound, 17-15, 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Exciting one. JT Barnes can't get that one to fall. Nice rebound by Cody Gladue.
And we've done a good job of picking up the pace to keep them from coming down and setting up their offense. Fakuri
making some drives to the basket, and tell you what, he's drawn another foul.
That's just absolutely perfect because Bilal cannot stay with him. He tried to arm bar him. They could have called a foul from anywhere from the free throw line on in, but let George get in there to see if he could score.
And that's the first foul on Bilal Rahim. Scored 9 points in the first quarter. Valhalla would love to get him in foul trouble and have him take a seat. Excellent basketball player. George Fakuri misses another free throw.
And I'll throw another shot out to Rod if he's watching again. Rod, hope things are getting better and better for you day by day.
Rod Fakuri, the brother of George Fakuri, played basketball here a number of years ago. Very successful player. Andrew Lozoya checks back in. Jacob Hammett and Fakuri take a seat on the bench. 18-15, 5:45, second quarter. Bilal working on Cody Gladue. And they just get in position. They go away from him and they come right back.
Yeah, that's that high-low. If you don't get him on the initial look down at the box, you throw it right to the free throw line, and then that guy has him on a seal.
Yeah, and he did a heck of a job getting him squared away underneath the basket. Nice job there by Rahim.
Cody didn't have a chance once he got his hips into him.
Spencer Havard, nice move to the basket. A lot of shirts and white trying to get that ball to go the other way, but
I was one of them. I think he hit it off the guy's hand, but I'm only announcing.
5 minutes left to play, second quarter. Nice pass by Raheem this time. Gazelle for three, and that's exactly what Coach Jackson would want. David Gazelle getting that three-pointer, 21-17, 4:40, second quarter.
Yeah, the Grossmont big guys got mixed up on who actually had him.
JT Barnes, tough move to the basket. Can't get that one to fall. Kevin Mills picks up the rebound. David Gazelle, can he do it again? He just a little bit short. Got a little excited there. Kevin Mills, good athletic move underneath there.
That's the right play to make. The guy makes one, you give him another shot, especially a wide open one like that. This would be a good game for David to break out of a little bit of a mini slump.
Spencer Havard coming off that screen, off the inbound play. He's going to fire it up. And tell you what, I think somebody's having a senior night and wants to go out with a boom. And so far, Spencer Havard is getting what he wants.
He gave the Grossmont student body one of those, hey, how do you like that one?
That's 11 points for Spencer Havard here early. Swisher with the left hand through the net.
That's too easy by Kevin. You've got to get your shoulders in the way. Square them up. Now once again, we got Bilal on David. If he can just keep moving, that's a foul.
And I think Bilal's going to get a second one, and he does not appreciate the call.
He got away with one, in my opinion. I accidentally got too much of a Valhalla supporter and he called the foul out loud. I apologize.
If you are watching here tonight and you're a Grossmont fan, we're trying to do our best to be impartial. We appreciate you watching this game.
I'm trying, but I bleed orange.
And that's fine. It is Orange Nation TV, but we're happy to have any Foothillers watching this game, maybe on demand later. And we appreciate your time here on Orange Nation TV. David Gazelle gets both of those to drop. He's got 5 points here in the second quarter. 3:38, second quarter of basketball, 26-19. Grossmont at Valhalla. Rutherford back in the game. And when you're 6'7" and you can move, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, you knew Coach Foggiano couldn't keep him out that much longer with the streak that we had going right now.
Good hustle there by Kevin Mills to get his own rebound. Spencer Havard, why not? Spencer Havard running a temperature right now. I'm pretty sure he could start things on fire. He's hitting everything through the cylinder right now, and we'll see how that plays out. Good defense there.
It's nice to see us make some finally.
Good pressures. Look at the intensity picked up by Valhalla here in the half-court set on defense. Swisher. Wow. We're going to get an offensive foul here.
Great positioning by Spencer. Saw him leaving his feet, stood right there, took it.
Swisher picks up his second foul of the night. 8th team foul. Of course, that's offensive and won't be shooting any free throws here. 29-21, 2:42 in the first half. Valhalla being led by some great play by everybody, but Spencer Havard in particular seems to be ready to play and play well here in the Thunderdome.
You know, when our three-pointers are falling, we're a very tough team to guard.
It's a tough entry pass into the well-guarded elbow. Rutherford up top, probably not where he wants to be. We got a baseline here. Going to get a little foul there. Andrew Lozoya got beat, reached out, got a little jersey.
You can drag your eyes away from the ball. You'll see one heck of a battle going down low between both Spencer and Rutherford and Cody and Bilal. Only a matter of time before the officials are going to have to start making some calls and keep it clean.
Rutherford. I'll tell you what, he is a tall guy, but we don't want to take any away from his ability. That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, there is no block in that shot. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will tell you all about that.
Got a timeout. Keith Jackson and the Norsemen. 2:01 left to go, second quarter, 29-23. Coach Thomas, what do you like about this pace of this game?
I'm liking the fact that we've quickened the pace to a point where they just can't come down, walk it up, and dump it down low to their big guys where they have a huge advantage, as you've seen. Offensively, I'd love to see us move a little more because then that makes the big guys chase your guards, and eventually one of them are going to get open. We're going to have open shots, and right now we're hitting them.
Just a couple minutes before halftime. At halftime, I think we got a special halftime show. We got some dancers entertaining us. We'll also take a look at probably a video or two if we can get it going. Valhalla got to get that inbound. And I'll tell you what, that's tough coming out of a timeout. That's tough. Turn that ball over like that.
Official handed Kevin the ball, and no one broke for the first 2 seconds. They weren't ready to play.
That's disappointing. That's one of those turnovers you just can't afford to have. Swisher trying to get that on the backside. Cody Gladue picking up the pieces. Nice job there. A little 3-on-2. Andrew Lazoya from three-point line. Andrew Lazoya, senior night, knocking that one down. Bilal Rahim not to be outdone on the back end here. Valhalla kind of got caught in transition.
Yeah, I just saw Anthony Lawrence, the quarterback for Grossmont, who started the game, just pull his jersey up over his head like, oh my gosh, they hit another one on us. Let's hope that continues all night.
That foul is on senior Cody Gladue, his second foul. Bilal Rahim to the line for Grossmont, trailing 32-23, minute 27, first half. Little home rim action there for Valhalla. Rahim can't get that one to fall.
Now you're going to see Terrell come in and have to battle down low. I hope he's been watching to see what they like to do and he can offset it.
Terrell McKay not available last game. I don't know if he was sick or what not, but he's here tonight. Spencer Havard more than happy to walk that ball up the court. Now it's Kevin Mills. Minute 20, second quarter. Kevin Mills throwing up a shot from pretty far out there. Bilal Rahim, tough rebound there.
Now Grossmont is starting their motion offense with the high UCLA high post first of all, but it's still the same offense. There's that dump down.
That's a nice job by McKay. And there should have been a foul right there. I think they're going to get one on. They're going to call this on McKay, which I don't quite agree with, but unless you saw something there that I didn't.
I saw two guys going for a loose ball. Both of them hit bodies. And Rutherford's a little bit bigger than McKay. That's why he fell.
Rutherford misses that front end of the 1-on-1. 50 seconds left to go. It's an errant, tough pass for Lazoya to be able to get.
You know, there's a 10-second shot clock differential. We probably need to run it down in the last few seconds and not be in such a hurry. We've got an 8-point lead. Let's try to get it to 10 or 11 and not give them an opportunity to score in the last few seconds.
Both these two teams look like they enjoy playing each other. Grossmont and Valhalla separated by just a couple miles. Nice job by Swisher there to almost beat Havard to the spot on that pass. Andrew Lazoya throwing up a three and drew a lot of blue right there, but there's going to be no call. Of course, the Grossmont fans like that.
Unfortunately, that was right in front of the official who missed it.
Shot clock is off. That's going to be a pretty easy one. I was just about ready to say how easy that was going to be, but Rutherford didn't know that Mr. Spencer Havard was right there. Now,
14 seconds, 13.
McKay setting that screen for Spencer Havard. Spencer Havard almost ended this half with a nice big three right there, and he still may get the chance. 2.3 seconds left to go. Valhalla's going to get that ball again with a chance to put a little bit more distance between them and the Foothillers.
I think you might see a curl down low with one guy kicking out for the three if that's not open.
David Gazelle for three, And unlike the game against Steel Canyon, they can't get one at the buzzer. 32-24. Grossmont goes to the locker rooms trailing as they try desperately to win this one so they can be an outright league champs.
Well, right now, John, the way we're playing, they're not going to be league champs.
Well, it's a great start. Now, we were here in this gym just a week ago, and I hate to be a spoil sport, but we were leading by, I think, 8 points, and as we are right now, and did not finish the way we wanted to finish.
Ended up down 9 points going into the fourth quarter. Now, everything's gone right for us so far. Shots are falling, loose balls are coming to us. We've got to make sure we bring that same intensity when we start this second half. The first 5 minutes, first 3 minutes of the third quarter is going to be very important to set the tone again.
All right, right now what we're going to do is I think we have a performance by Valhalla Dance. I think we're going to watch that. We'll let you enjoy it. We'll leave our mics open so you can hear the wonderful music. And then we're going to go to a video, I think, after that, allow us to readjust everything. Stay right here on Orange Nation TV.
You're watching Orange Nation TV.
Amanda Zimmerman here with Orange Nation TV with our 11th grade American Studies program.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Sellers. I teach in room 203 and I am one of the American Studies U.S. History teachers.
And I'm Charles Bussey. I teach in room 204 and I'm the other United States history teacher.
Look for why things happen in history, just not a blanket memorization of dates and facts. One of the things that they should expect is a college prep experience.
Topically speaking, we begin with a brief review of the founding of our country, but the state standards have us move very quickly to post-Reconstruction, so we're looking in the latter half of the 1800s up through present day.
History is important. Whether they love it or like studying it, I want them to know that it is important. It gives us perspective on where our forefathers came from, how our nation has evolved. I also want them to get out of this what they are going to be expected to do once they get to college. And really that we want them to be critical thinkers, not memorizers. One of our main goals is to prepare students for what they should expect once they get to college and are in a history class. We do that through our content.
More interesting parts of our class is what we're doing currently right now, working with documents and trying to get students to better understand the context behind a document, the claims made by a document, whether that be a written document, a political cartoon.
My name is Bill Lowry. I teach AP US History in room 410. AP US History is different in that the standards are not dictated by the state of California as much as they are by the national standards of the College Board. So students are essentially reading a college level textbook. They are writing a series of college level essays and preparing for the AP exam. I think one of the advantages of taking AP US History, I hope, is that students are kind of, based on the way the classes run, they're essentially forced to learn to become a better studier before they go to college.
You're watching Orange Nation TV.
John Todd wide open. Number 4 not going to be brought down. John Todd's going to walk it into the end zone. And this, good God, so good. Everybody ready? Follow me. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing and twist the juice. Feel better. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Ohio players, get into the sunshine, check this out. I want them to get up off of that thing and dance the best you better. Get up off of that thing, follow me. Yep. Get up off of that thing and dance the you better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Wait a minute. So funky. Show love. I need it. All right, we're back here. Hopefully you enjoyed those little compilation of some videos. That one video we show is kind of a little mini promo video for Orange Nation TV, and I want to say it's a little out of date. We actually have got about 10,000 views now for Orange Nation TV, and you can check us out at orangenationtv.com. You can check out on-demand videos. You can check on live videos. The only thing we ever have an issue with sometimes is our internet quality. But if we ever do lose signal, just hang around. You can watch it on demand, and you can pick up right where you left off or rewind and go back and enjoy more minutes of fun. And speaking of enjoying minutes of fun, Coach Thomas and I are now standing again because it looks like Valhalla's student section is definitely dedicated to see this game through.
Well, that's good. This is exciting atmosphere, and this is what you want for a league championship game.
That's right. Bilal Rahim led all scores for Grossmont with 17, and leading scorer at the half for Valhalla was 14. He had good company, though. Andrew Lazoya with 8. That's just a couple scores. Nice start there for Valhalla's defense. Here comes George Fakuri on the other side, and he's going to go shoot some free throws. And I don't know if number 3, Thomas Lohr, appreciated that call, but
yeah, and Coach Jackson's giving him a different look. That looked like a 1-2-2 zone, and we got a hand on a ball and got a run out.
Hey, it's a nice changeup too, because obviously that's not something they run a lot, and I don't believe I've seen any time this year them run that either.
And I don't know if that's a fouls, type of decision, or if it's because we're just getting beat down low, because those guys are good.
And really, free throws become they're always a factor, but when you're, like I said, playing as an underdog here tonight, that's going to be a Valhalla ball, and that's a nice turn of events here. Good way to start the second half, much better than where we started the second half last Friday.
Yes, it is, and as you know, we have tendency to run into a shooting drought, and they're going to keep getting down low looks, so can we overcome a shooting drought? Because inevitably we've had them.
David Gazelle, 7:30, just cracked the first few seconds of the second half. Valhalla enjoying a nice 9-point lead. Grossmont wanting to win for the league. Swisher lets that one go. Swisher.
Well, that's going to make things tough if they start hitting from outside, because then it's a pick your poison. You guard them down low.
That's a tough basket there, and Bilal Rahim's going to pick up another foul. He's absolutely livid. David Gazelle, really causing that foul to occur by driving.
Well, Bilal was holding him like they were boyfriend-girlfriend the whole time.
Well, Sweethearts is coming up soon. Those of you at home that are Valhalla fans, tickets go on sale this next week. That's coming up in March.
But Coach Foggiano teaches his kids, use that arm bar and use it effectively, and so does Helix, and because they can't call it every single time,
Sure.
but when they're impeding progress, it's got to be called.
David Gazelle knocks that first one down. Short on the second one. Here comes Grossmont trying to cut into that lead further. Post-to-post pass. And no call there. Of course, the Norseman fans love it. Frank Fuggiano of the Foothillers absolutely does not believe there was no foul there. The Foothiller fans...
I didn't see a foul. Did you see a foul, John?
I didn't see a foul, but I'm also wearing a lot of orange up here. But incidental contact, I think that's what they call it in the NFL, correct?
You got to let a guy come down and land somewhere. You can't cut underneath him. And I'm saying this all facetiously. That was a pretty bad non-call.
Hey, the Thunderdome has been unkind to many fans over the years and players, so maybe that's a continuation of that. 6:40, third quarter. Jordan Kazar lines those toes up behind the three-point line, and he gets it to knock down through the cylinder. 7 points for the junior Jordan Kazar. 6'7" Rutherford gets it to Bilal, and there's the foul that Grossmont wanted so desperately last possession.
If I'm Valhalla, I'm just doubling down on those big guys. I might not leave Swisher open 22, but I would let number 5 and number 3 beat us first before I let the big guys beat us.
Kevin Mills picks up his second foul. Rahim knocks that one down. 18 points for Bilal Rahim.
He's been something else so far.
37-29, 6:22, third quarter.
We need to keep moving. We're too much standing and individual effort. Just keep moving. Bilal will never be able to guard you if you do.
Kevin Mills, tough one there. Can't have too many more possessions like that. Open look. Jake Herod knocks that one down. Andrew Lazoya, Swisher, nice rebound there. And those are the momentum seems to be switching back in favor of the Foothillers.
Yep, Jake Herod's about to make me look bad.
Offensive foul against number 22, Austin Swisher. That's his third foul of the night. 3 officials here tonight. That might be 3 too many for Frank Fugiano. Looking at him on the sideline, not too pleased with that.
I think he would like one of them not to be there.
I'll tell you what, as anytime you spend any time as a coach, you always see it a little differently. I know I was just as guilty, and we are not going to get the offensive foul on this side. We are going to get that, sorry. So 2 can play the offensive charge game, and Spencer Havard picks up his second foul.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty easy call. I think Spencer tried to run over 3 of them. Maybe he thought he had an interception, was taking it back and diving for the goal line.
Yeah, definitely a lot of contact there. We're going to get a timeout here. Timeout looks like Valhalla. I think it's always hard because as you're sitting at home, it is going to be Valhalla's timeout. We sit opposite sides of the scoring table, so the officials, don't always signal in a way that we can tell who called the timeout or who had the foul. So,
and I think Coach Jackson called the timeout because he's seeing that we're starting to rush shots, and that's how we get into these droughts where we're not hitting anything. And he's going to try to remind the kids, hey, let's get back to what we were doing in the first half that was working. Move, drive, kick, things of that nature, and let's not take that very first wide open shot with guys rushing at you. Well, it's not wide open. I mean, guys are coming at you, so.
If you're just checking in, Valhalla trying to play the spoiler tonight. Grossmont wins, they're league champs. Grossmont loses, and a whole bunch of other things could occur. Blown right by Gazelle there, not good for Valhalla. Swisher for 3. Swisher's 3 is good. David Gazelle, nice shot. Nice return trip for Valhalla to try to answer Swisher's 3.
Man, I think that side of the rim just lets everything go in.
Swisher blowing up right now. He's going to be a tough one. We talked about Bilal Rahim to start this game. Swisher's trying to show that he's a dangerous one as well. 2-point lead, 4:34, third quarter. Jordan Kazar. That's a painful one there. Almost went all the way down, but for some reason couldn't get that home touch.
And that's too bad because that's exactly what we were doing well was.
Big push off. And Rutherford, I'll tell you what, that's a pretty excellent call. I know I'm wearing an orange tie tonight, but that Grossmont fans aren't too happy about that, but that was a nice, pretty big shot.
And it looks like Foggiano's yelling at the ref, but he's not. He's yelling at Rutherford saying, you can't put your hands in the back. Just hold them straight up. You're already 6'7".
Nice pass underneath the Hammett.
That's very nice when we run some offense and the big guys have to chase outside, leaving our little guy on their little guy, easy bucket.
And getting points from your bench, too. Kind of seeing the future of Valhalla basketball, too. He's just a sophomore. And Swisher. I think, did they call the charge there? They did call the charge. I, once again, don't disagree with the call, only because, that's, I just don't always see the sign over here. So that's a big foul. That's the 4th foul on Andrew Swisher.
Yeah, and with this official, I haven't been too sure what's been called. It hasn't been as definite. Like you said, with the 3-point play at the very first hit, quarter, usually they're a little more demonstrative, and this official's a little calmer.
Okay, and let me be the first. I'm not criticizing officials'
No, not at all.
fundamentals or anything out there. I can barely tie a tie. It's just from where we're sitting, we don't always see what the exact foul was. 3:30, third quarter, 41-37. Valhalla playing very well. Andrew Swisher almost had a nice turn of events for him. Spencer Havard. And they're going to call him with a push-off offensively. Spencer Havard picks up his third foul, so now you got two pretty dynamic players in foul trouble. Now,
and in 4 possessions, we've got 3 offensive fouls, so I think the referees are trying to clean it up a little bit down low. As we saw in the first half, there was quite a bit of pushing and shoving and trying to battle for position. Stay low, David.
Bilal Rahim using his athleticism and abilities to get the bucket there. 2-point lead now for Valhalla. Gazelle trying to beat him off, and a little bit of body there. Fans wanted that. Jordan Kazar going to get called with a travel. Of course, it looked like he had somebody in his hip pocket when he was traveling, but you know, it's. I'll tell you this: in all defense of the officials here tonight, this game is picking up the pace.
It's a tough game to referee.
It is, and you know what? You got athletes on both sides. You know, any good basketball players, you know, there's a lot of more fouls that ever could be called.
Yeah, and you got size versus speed, and size is trying to take over right now with a little extra body, a little extra bump.
Free from way downtown, no good. Bilal Rahim, nice rebound there by Rutherford. He can't get it to go. He gets it on the second time. You can't give a 6'7" kid that many looks around the basket and not have him score. We're all knotted up. Spencer Havard can't get a bucket to fall right now. He had a lot of luck in the first half. A little bit cold right now.
Yeah, hopefully this is one of our shooting droughts happening.
I thought for a second Andrew Lozoya was going to get away with that. He definitely did foul, and he got all of it because Rahim wasn't able to score, but he kind of had that look like, whoops, I got away with it.
Yeah, that high-low for them is a very effective play when you have two big bodies like that can seal, that are very athletic, can pivot left and right. It's a tough defensive call to have to deal with those two.
Bilal Rahim misses that shot. Very, very feisty, two good student crowds here tonight. Very spirited. Both sides doing a good job, admin and campus supervisors, keeping them in check. Rutherford just being 6'7", but tell you what, that's hard to beat when he's there. And I'm sure there was somebody somewhere screaming over the back, but I'll tell you what, when you're that much taller, it's not over the back in my opinion.
Well, when Spencer goes flying from one box to the other box, I'm going to think it's over the back because I bleed orange.
Well, unfortunately for Havard, that's his fourth foul. And he is pleading his case. It won't do him any good. I've never seen an official change his mind at this juncture.
But you're always hoping for it happening at least one time in your lifetime.
Yeah, and it could have been men. That would have been a good instance.
I think players and coaches are 0 for a billion on that.
Yeah, exactly. We're under 2 minutes, third quarter. We're all tied up. It's a good one. I'll tell you what, it's such a good one. I think this game will be a big, big hit on demand. So just so you know, if you're watching it live and you miss a second of it, you can watch this after we get it uploaded for all eternity and watch this game over and over and over and over again.
You know, and luckily for us, they're not converting on the free throws, or else this would be probably about a 4-point lead for them.
Jordan Kazar not getting bailed out there by the officials. Good defense there by Rutherford. Valhalla's got to do something to try to slow that one down, or it's going to be pretty ugly the rest of the evening.
Yeah, if we're going to front that, we've got to have a weak side help.
2-point now advantage for Grossmont. They hadn't led in quite some time. Kevin Mills, nice job with the steal. Swisher's got to watch out. He's got some foul trouble. And that foul is going to be on number 5, Jake Herod. That's going to be, I believe, his second foul of the evening.
You know, we're getting a little out of sorts here where guys are just trying to once again do it individually. Coach Jackson might want to, in the next minute and 6, either take a timeout or definitely at the quarter remind his guys to get your wits about you and start doing what you were doing earlier.
Jordan Kazar trying to find something down there, and he's going to, you know what, that's a bold move. You're going to get Rutherford with another foul right there. Tom Rutherford picks up his 4th foul. If my stat keeping is accurate, I believe that's going to be his 4th foul, and indeed it is.
Well, that could be big because you can deal with one big guy. With 2 big guys, it's a very tough task.
That was a very much needed free throw.
Foggiano's got to hope that Rutherford doesn't pick up some sort of ticky-tack foul in the next 50 seconds or he's gone for the game.
And he also has Swisher out there in foul trouble as well. Cody Gladue almost tipped that one away, but Cody Gladue is going to get another foul.
Well, I think Coach Jackson is just rotating through the guys. Each one of them has 5 fouls to give, and don't give up an easy layup. Just take an arm with you.
That'll be the 3rd foul for the senior Cody Gladue. Sean Charles and Anthony Lawrence check in for the Foothillers.
And Foggiano got lucky getting Rutherford out of there before it was too late. I think he's probably going to keep him on the bench, seeing how things go, probably bringing him with about 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
Another couple missed free throws there for Grossmont. Either team shooting very well from the free throw line tonight. Could be very different if one of them had been. For Curry trying to get a drive, and they're both looking at each other, and he's going to call a travel. It's one of those weird instances where you see 2 officials look at each other, kind of hoping one of them will make a call before the other.
Well, the one official made sure that the other one knew that it was his call and he was going to make it because he was standing right there. You know, I think we found Bilal's kryptonite, free throws.
Exactly.
He's had a great game up until those last 4.
Now watch, he won't miss another one, and we'll blame you, Coach Thomas. 27 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter, 1-point lead for Grossmont here in the Thunderdome. They're playing for the last shot as well as I would agree with that.
And Valhalla's playing in zone because they're going to make sure that the last shot, or going to try to make sure that the last shot's not a down low shot.
As soon as I say they're playing for last shot, Valhalla's going to get another shot. Here comes Valhalla, up to Cody Gladue for Curry. And let's see what's being sorted out here. Is there a foul called there?
I think he's calling a jump ball because the ball went out on both.
He's calling a foul. And he's going to call that foul on number 3, Thomas Lohr. And I have no idea. I'd like to see that right now. Once again, I'm not questioning it because Valhalla is going to get to shoot some free throws there, but I really can't tell you right now what just occurred.
I can only guess that he ran into him when they were both going for the ball.
You had mentioned that there's 3 officials here tonight. They don't usually work in teams of 3. And once again, they're doing a wonderful job, so I don't want to say anything negative, but that's got to be an adjustment for them as well.
Yes, it is, and they're probably doing it the game before playoffs because in playoffs they run 3 officials, so you've got to get used to working with not just one partner, but 2.
And that's going to end the 3rd quarter, and it's all tied up as well as it should be because both teams are trading jabs and really an enjoyable game.
Yes, we've survived our drought, I hope. We usually have one of those 3-4 minute where nothing's going right, but Grossmont hasn't taken advantage of it with the missed free throws, so we're right in it at 43-43.
Kind of the big story in the 3rd quarter is that Spencer Havard with 4 fouls is sitting on the bench, and he was unable to score in the 3rd quarter. He only had 14 total points. David Gazelle added 3 more points in the 3rd quarter for a total of 8, and Jordan Kazar now has 8 points as you see push-ups push-ups in the middle of the court. I am not sure what the significance of that is, but
Well, let me put it this way to you. Justin was in my class, and if you mess up in my class, you're going to do push-ups. So he's probably very well versed in doing push-ups.
and I think that's 16 points at the quarter break here for Austin Swisher, having a fabulous game. Bilal Rahim, I think I have him at 18. Once again, these are unofficial. We are trying desperately to keep our own stats over here. Sometimes we're good, sometimes we're not so good. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. Once again, we're setting up for a photo finish here, and you will be able to watch it as much as you want on demand on OrangeNationTV.com. Pass inside to Gladue. I'm not sure how he got that pass out to Fakuri, but he did. David Gazelle. Nice pass to Jordan Kazar. Unfortunately, cannot score.
Yeah, Grossmont came out and gave us a different look. It looks like a 1-2-2 trap. Now, if Cody's going to front him, we better have a weak side help.
Charles trying to work on Kazar. Fakuri coming in and giving a great effort to get that ball back. We're going to have a jump ball. Obviously, Grossmont will keep that possession. Valhalla having the first possession, but how about George Fakuri?
Great job getting after that ball. Somehow he got tackled. It's turned into a football game.
Well, if you did see the football game the first time, and I hate to be a great promoter of Orange Nation TV, but we also have that on demand. Bilal Rahim showing his ability to get up. Kevin Mills is going to pick up another foul. Once again, if you are watching at home and you wonder why the camera bouncing a little bit, well, we have a capacity crowd, and our cameraman tonight, Tyler Roy, doing an amazing job, but he is actually off the tripod and showing his skills, just straight up video in this game. So doing a fabulous job under pretty tough conditions, and Bilal Rahim missing a free throw under tough conditions.
Kryptonite, I'm telling you. Kid's had a hell of a game, just is not making his free throw.
And he misses, well, he gets that one to fall, and I'll blame Coach Thomas for that one.
Yeah, and my apologies for the slip of the tongue.
I didn't hear a thing. 1 point lead for the Foothillers, trying to take home that league title. Valhalla trying to play spoiler. David Gazelle, three-pointer. David Gazelle is good for three. That's a shot in the arm.
Yeah, David needed that. We needed that.
Backdoor cut to. Oh, wow. That's one of those that could have been a whole host of things. Andrew Lazoya checks in for Valhalla. George Fakuri going to go take a break. It's also interesting. Grossmont has played, 8-9 players tonight and really rotated the guards pretty well. Nice job by Jordan Kazar. Very rare block of Bilal Rahim. Andrew Lazoya for three. Kevin Mills getting out of the land of the trees. Shoots up that three. Kevin Mills. Senior night knocking down the three. 5-point lead for Valhalla. 6:25 left to go in this finale for Grossmont Hills basketball. Nice tip there by Gazelle. Nice job by Cody Gladue getting it done on senior night. And they're going to call jump ball. Well, they're going to, I believe, jump ball.
You could tell it's Valentine's Day. There's a lot of grabbing, holding, and loving out there.
Little post-Valentine's Day love fest out here. Once again, I'd said before, this games between Valhalla and Grossmont is really a kind of a growing a little rivalry between the two schools. Of course, for many years, they played in two different leagues, never really played each other. Kevin Mills for three. Kevin Mills almost adding another total to his first three. There's a wasted opportunity, possibly under 6 minutes for Valhalla. Got to play D and get one of those stops. Long range three on the way, no good. Jordan Kazar, nice rebound. See what Valhalla has in store in this possession.
Well, they're going back to a man-to-man.
Once again, both Grossmont and Valhalla sitting some pretty key players, with foul trouble.
We need to just keep moving, and all of a sudden we're going to get an open look.
Jordan Kazar kick to Cody. Andrew Lazoya for three. 5:15, fourth quarter, 5-point lead for Valhalla. We're going to get a timeout. Frank Fugiano wants to talk it over with his Foothillers.
Yeah, he can't wait for a stoppage in action. He's got to get Rutherford back in there.
What do you think of the pace of this game? Does it benefit either one of these teams, or is it pretty much a toss-up at this point?
Well, right now I think it benefits us because once we get into that running type of game, that's going to tire out the big guys, and they can't chase the guards around. Unfortunately, we get into this half-court set, and our offense isn't as a movement-involved offense as others, and the defensive guys can rest and not have to move as much to guard someone.
You know, this game is pretty much what a lot of people had predicted. Close and fun to watch. Grossmont was not going to get a free ride to the league, trophy, to take that trophy home.
If they get it, they're going to earn it, that's for sure.
Coach Jackson's squad showing up tough tonight. Thunderdome is rocking, capacity crowd. We're happy that you're here watching here on Orange Nation TV. Cody Gladue contesting that. Rutherford down low, kick out to Swish. Baseline there by Swisher. Nice job by Cody Gladue, getting things done tonight as a senior. You can tell it's one of his last games he's going to play. And that's kind of a rainbow three there, and a little confusion down there under the basket. Valhalla retains possession, under 5 to play, 4:45.
Nothing against Jake, but that's a shot if you're Valhalla that you want someone to take. Deep, when you have two big guys down low, we'll take that almost every day, even though he did make one earlier.
Nice backdoor cut. Just a little untimed there. Jordan Kazar knocked down a couple threes, and that's kind of a matchup problem for Rutherford, having to play out front like that. Gazelle not getting any help tonight. He's wanted a couple free throws and didn't get them. And Grossmont's going to get the ball back with 4:21, fourth quarter.
Well, the referees are letting them play, and if you don't have a clear shot to the basket and you're trying to force something, they're not bailing you out.
Once again, tough conditions here. Capacity crowd, student section standing up. Rutherford with the ball underneath. He gets that one to fall. Hats off to Tyler Roy. Right now on the camera, trying to do his very best to keep a steady hand there. Shooting this shot over the student section. Jordan Kazar's shot is just a little short.
Oh, Jordan, that's not a good possession.
That's got to be a travel. And Rutherford, I think, has to know it at some level. That's a double clutch.
That's the first time you've seen his footwork fail him. He's been very good down low.
And as a freshman, I'm pretty scared to see what we're going to see out of that kid in the next couple years. Like to see maybe Spencer Havard get involved in scoring here. Hasn't scored in the second half, mainly because of foul trouble. Really, you take anybody to score right now. There's a turnover.
Yeah, you can see guys are getting a little tired. It takes a lot out of you to bang down low all game.
Bilal Rahim. Rare miss for him. Spencer Havard, I think, has just got his 5th. And it's going to be one of those...
No, they gave it to Cody.
That's a little home cooking, I think, right there. But Cody Gladue will take that foul. Give a few more minutes to Spencer Havard. His 4th foul. Rutherford missing another free throw. And I'm just kicking myself right now. I haven't kept track of misses tonight on the free throws. There's been a lot of them between these two teams.
Yeah, Grossmont's shooting themselves in the foot. I think they're about 2 for their last 8.
He gets that one to go. (49-47), 3:15 left to go. Valhalla trying to hold on to this win, trying to play spoiler, trying to give a gift to Steel Canyon, which is a rarity in these parts. Andrew Lazoya for 3. Oh, that's a heartbreaker right there.
That's a good play, a wide open shot, down in, popping out. That just makes you so upset because everything was right except for about a centimeter.
3 seconds.
Raheem's been tough, working on Spencer Havard, who has 4 fouls. That's really nice defense. You don't have to make that pass. I know what they're trying to get done there. and that's a turnover. And I don't fault Jordan Kazar for trying to get things going, but you know, I'll tell you what. I once again, the enthusiasm by this team is good, but maybe set it down a little bit. And we're going to get a timeout here. I think Coach Jackson wants to just talk it over.
Yeah, he just wants to settle the guys down. It's 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. We need to make some good decisions. I don't mind if you miss the shot, you know, like the wide open shot that Andrew had, because that was a good play. The possession before that, when Jordan tried to take him one-on-one, that's the type of decision you don't need at this stage of the game. Work together as a team and hopefully get that wide open shot that's not contested, that's not where you're putting so much effort into just getting open.
Okay, we got some gymnastics going on between the two fan bases. Hopefully it's all kept appropriate, although there's a lot of, both schools doing a great job. I see campus supervisors from Grossmont with their student section, and Valhalla's admin and campus supervisors are right here too. And I'll tell you what, those of you that aren't around high schools or aren't there every day like we are, it's great to see two schools with great admin and great campus supervisors keeping their kids in check, letting them have fun.
And great student bodies. They've been up this entire game cheering back and forth. I love it.
So hats off to both schools here tonight. Both schools, I think, would without a doubt lead the league in spirit.
You know, one of the things we haven't seen called tonight, and I'm hoping we'll get one pretty soon, is we haven't seen a 3-second call in the lane.
Jordan Kazar playing masterful defense right there, playing that high side on Rutherford. Kevin Mills with 5 points this quarter, all of his points here in this quarter.
And you know, with those two big guys down low, you would think they're in the lane at least one time more than 3 seconds.
Under 2 to play. Jake Herod knocks down that 3.
You know, that's the second one he's made. He's thrown up a couple others that I was happy he shot, but that was totally in rhythm.
1 point lead, 1:38 left to go in this exciting basketball game.
That's such a dangerous pass straight across the midcourt.
Two people in foul trouble working on each other, Spencer Havard and Swisher. That's got to be Spencer Havard. I'll tell you what, that could have been easily foul number 5 for number 42 right there. He's played a really good game tonight, but
that was great body control because Rutherford rode him out of the lane and he somehow kept his balance and put up an off and looked like, I can't say off balance, he kept his balance. He threw off that little side shot, wrong foot.
Now I see some Grossmont fans saying they wanted to travel. If they would have seen a certain player underneath there with 4 fouls take a step into the shooter, they may not think travel. They'd probably be thinking there would be some free throws and somebody with 5 fouls.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have a free throw right now and go up by 4.
3-point lead for Valhalla. Excellent game here tonight. A lot at stake for Grossmont. Pride at stake for Valhalla. It's really a crapshoot in terms of Valhalla makes the playoffs. I've talked to several people on the bubble, possibly, and definitely not a home game. But obviously, you know, they could do some damage in the playoffs only because they're streaky and they got athletes and they play hard.
And this is nice to see after 2 tough losses that we put together pretty much 4 good quarters. We battled all the way through.
Excellent job by Coach Jackson keeping these kids motivated throughout the very end. Excellent job this year with his team, and he always does a good job. 1:10 left to go, 3-point lead, Valhalla. It's going to be pretty exciting down the stretch. We're glad you're here. Rutherford knocks that one down.
It's nice when your go-to offense is a layup.
Absolutely, you can't beat that. 1 point difference between the two teams. 50 seconds left to go, 4th quarter. This is what it's all about. This is why people watch athletics. And this is why you're watching Orange Nation TV right now, to watch good matchups like these two teams all night. 10 seconds on that shot clock, a little over 10. I'm excited just sitting here watching this. 7 seconds. Somebody's got to get a shot off. This is tough for Valhalla. Jordan Kazar throws that one up. 25 seconds. Jordan Kazar almost had a steal back. 20 seconds. Grossmont can call this timeout and talk about it. They are going to have the ball, 17.6 seconds left to go, and an opportunity to score and take the lead. They're down 1. So, Coach Thomas, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you in each huddle. First, tell me what Grossmont, Frank Fugiano's telling them, and now tell me what Coach Keith Jackson's telling the Norsemen.
It doesn't take a genius to know they're going to run that same high-low and seal it down low, whether it's Bilal throwing to Rutherford or Rutherford throwing to Bilal. How could you not go to it?
And then now what are you talking to Valhalla?
If I'm Valhalla, I'm going to take my chance with Jake Herod. I mean, I'm doubling down like crazy. I'm trying not to let that entry pass get in there. I'm trying to entice a kid to shoot a three-pointer with the game on the line, the league title on the line, and hoping that he doesn't come through. You'll see which kid wants the ball in this last 17 seconds.
And you may not be able to hear us for the rest of this game. That's probably a good thing for some of you, but 17.6 seconds left to go in this game. Grossmont has the ball and an opportunity to win league. They're down by 1 point. It's a capacity crowd. The student section is bouncing, and here comes Grossmont. 15 seconds left to go in the game. Weatherford with the ball at the elbow, and there's going to be a shot right there. No foul. Valhalla has the ball. 8 seconds. Valhalla's going to call timeout. I'll tell you what.
I don't think Foggiano wanted that play.
No, I don't think they did. Thomas Lohr thought he got fouled, and you know what? Credit to the officials. There wasn't a foul there, and that's a big foul to call, by the way, if you're going to call it at all.
The officials haven't bailed out the out-of-control driver on either team all night, and I'm glad they didn't do it then. But one thing that was kind of interesting is when Rutherford got it up high, Bilal was up high too. So when he first turned to look, Bilal wasn't down low for that high-low, and his first immediate thought was to give it to someone else.
So
it worked out for our advantage.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably a third or fourth option at best in that play.
I would have guessed so. I'm surprised that he was the one that took it, but as a Valhalla defender, that's what you tried to do.
All right, we're getting some shots there of the fans. Like I said, a big capacity crowd here, and they're enjoying Valhalla basketball, trying to send these seniors off with a win and put some sour taste in that of the Grossmont mouth here as they try to win a league title for the Grossmont Hills. So, I think, if I remember right, 8 seconds.
And you got to get it to your best free throw shooter. That's the key right now because you know you're going to get fouled.
8.1 seconds. Spencer Havard has the ball. We're down to 7. He's going to get fouled. Jake Herod picks up his third foul, inconsequential at this point. What's more important is the 1-and-1 being shot here by Spencer Havard. 6.2 seconds left to go. Up by 1. I can't tell you right now how important these free throws are. We're going to get a timeout by Frank Fugiano, the crafty veteran coach, playing a little bit of game of freeze here, possibly with Spencer Havard and getting his team ready.
And if I recall correctly, I think he still has 2 fouls, or two timeouts. So if we miss the first one, he can advance it to half court within a second, call timeout, and then with 5 seconds left, you know it's going down low to the big guys.
Once again, if that camera's bouncing a little bit tonight, don't bother emailing us. It's because we have a capacity crowd, a standing crowd. Our camera guy has done a wonderful job tonight. He's holding it freehand. If you've ever held a camera for longer than a minute without a tripod, you know how tough it is for him right now. But
Tyler's been great.
And if he wasn't doing this, you'd be watching the back of students' heads right now.
Right. Now, if Spencer makes both of them, that's going to take away the effectiveness of their 2 big guys because they need a 3 to tie. And what we need to do is just guard the perimeter. Even if they make a bucket, just let the ball bounce because it's going to be under 5 seconds. And as you know, the clock still runs. It's not college or pro where it stops on the made bucket.
Spencer Havard is a senior. He's had ice in his veins in football and in basketball. He's been a big-time player. He's been a heck of an athlete no matter what sport he's playing. We'll see if he can add to the Spencer Havard lore here as he takes the free throw line. And we're going to get another timeout.
And I think Foggiano has one more. He's got to save one because he's not going to try to run a 6-second dribble it up the court play for the league championship. He's going to get it to half court and then call his final timeout.
And for what it's worth, Spencer Havard was actually giggling or laughing over there about this. So, I'll tell you what. I've watched Spencer Havard in a number of sports over the years, and if there's one thing Spencer Havard has in boatloads, and that is confidence. So I'm not sure we don't know what's going on in the mind of Spencer Havard, but I would think a whole lot of confidence is there too. This probably isn't the first time. In fact, I know this is not the first time he's had to shoot free throws in the clutch, because if we go just a couple weeks ago over at Helix High School, he nailed 2 in the closing seconds to seal that win, or actually create that win for Valhalla. So
I think he's just savoring the moment right now, and he's laughing knowing that it's not going to affect him. And shall I go on my prediction spree? He's already 2 for 2 for me, but I'm just going to let it play out.
All right, that's good. I'll take that. Exciting game tonight. Probably the biggest misuse of words I've ever had. To say this game is exciting is really selling it short. It's been downright phenomenal. Well played, good tempo, good pace.
And you got to love the way the underdog is battled. Even if you're not a Valhalla fan, if you're just a fan of sports in general, to watch an underdog battle the way they have, it's been terrific.
All right, we'll see what Valhalla has in store. We'll see what Grossmont has planned. 6.2 seconds left to go. 1-1, Spencer Havard at the line. And he gets that first one.
The guy's an assassin.
And we're going to get a timeout here by Frank Fugiano.
It's like being at an NBA game.
It kind of reminds me of the end of an NFL game as well, right? When the kicker's out there stretching out. And but Spencer Havard seemed to like the time off.
Now, I wish I would have kept track of all the timeouts. I can't imagine he's got another one left. Maybe he does.
I don't believe he has timeout. I actually have my producer, Joseph Hope Hell. He was saying no. Maybe I just messed up his name too. I'm not sure.
Well, if he doesn't have a timeout, any sort of miss or even on the make, it's going to be a mad scramble to get it up the court.
And I'm going to give Joseph a hard time. I did screw up his name, but I can't read his writing. So, Joseph, why don't you just tell me how to pronounce your name? Hull. So we get that squared away. Joseph Hope Hull doing a heck of a job tonight as a producer. And Spencer Havard doing an excellent job of knocking down that three. We're under 5 seconds. We'll see what Grossmont can do at the buzzer. Spencer Havard has tipped the ball, and Grossmont's chances of a league title all by themselves are absolutely destroyed in the Thunderdome here tonight. A lot of fans in blue and gold left speechless. Orange and white fans, some of them wearing togas, they're going to be celebrating this because you know what? If you can't win league, why not spoil somebody else's league title?
And you could spoil a better team or ruin a day for a better coach.
That's right, and they're both good teams and good coaches. And so obviously Valhalla really the underdog here tonight. But really, like I had said before at the top of this game, these two teams have really started to build kind of a rivalry over the last few years. Just a few years ago, they hardly played each other in anything because they're in two different leagues. But now football and now basketball, it's become a lot of fun to watch. What are your closing thoughts? How did Valhalla win tonight?
I got to say, I've never been so proud of a team that's gone through 2 games of such hard times to keep their heads up, to battle. We didn't have any of those ugly stretches where we went 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. We were calm. We got to the rim. Guys hustled. We did a great job battling on the boards. And luckily enough for us, I think the big difference was the lack of free throw shooting by Grossmont. When they had 8 opportunities, 9 or 10 maybe, and I think they made 3, that made the difference in the game in that quarter.
And I'm totaling things up here. And I think what you say is absolutely true. As I look at these scores, they're all unofficial. Just to give you an example, Bilal Rahim had 12 points in the first half, and he had 7 in the second. But they did a great job of handling him. And Rutherford had some points in the second half, but once again, due to foul trouble, whatever the case may be. But Spencer Havard, let's talk a little bit about him. He only had 3 points in the second half, but he might be the biggest 3 points all year.
They're the greatest 2 points I've ever seen.
Absolutely. Those last 2 free throws, I think a whole total of 3 or 4 timeouts used in between that really drew out the excitement there by everybody.
I could have swore I predicted he'd make them both.
Now
Run the tape back.
Absolutely. One little closing thought is I hope on Tuesday when we come back to school there'll be a big gift from Steel Canyon if they do win tonight for at least, give us a thank you for Valhalla helping them win the league. Now, I want to say something real special about Steel Canyon is they were picked to be last, I believe, in league this year.
And they did a very good job of setting the pundits wrong.
That's right. Now, most likely, Coach Thomas, this is our last time working together for this season, unless we get some big invitation to go do a playoff game, and we'll see if that happens. But I want to say on behalf of Orange Nation TV, we really enjoyed having you a part of our broadcast.
Well, I really enjoyed being a part of it. I was a little hesitant at first, knowing how inarticulate I am compared to you, but I want to say thank you for allowing me to do this and making me feel at home.
And Joseph Hope Hull, our fabulous producer, didn't miss a beat tonight, although we do miss O'Day, but Joseph Hope Hull did an amazing job, along with Abigail Metch, who's texting all her friends at Grossmont, I think. And, of course, Tyler Roy, T-Roy, doing a great job on camera tonight, most of which off a tripod, and I bet his arm's going to need some ice. Real quick before we go, if you're looking for more exciting Orange Nation TV action, you can watch any of our games on demand. But tomorrow, 5 o'clock, CIF Finals. CIF extended an invitation to Orange Nation TV to cover wrestling finals for Division II, and we're more than happy to comply. So on behalf of Orange Nation TV, thank you so much for participating and watching. We hope to see you at another Orange Nation TV Valhalla event. Have a good night.